Good morning, everybody. This is Kim Danke coming to you live on this Thursday morning, June 16th, 2022, and we are 167 days in to the 2022 edition of the Game of Life. And it won't be before long that I start doing a countdown and telling you how many days we have left in this edition of the Year of Life. And the reason I do that is to turn that is so that we can start focusing on another just benchmark. I like to use the calendar as benchmarks in meeting my goals, or if I've met my goal, keeping those goals. So that's one reason I do that. The word of the day today for 365 names, titles, and attributes for the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is Jehovah Rohi. Now, if you say Rohi, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. It means he is our shepherd. So either way you say it, let him be that shepherd. Let him lead you and seek to follow the shepherd because he is there to keep you safe. All right. So I have been working through, when you hop on here this morning, say good morning, where you're watching from, and what type of Shibboleth day you're going to have today. And if you don't mind, hit that share button early in this broadcast. It will help us get the word out to other people, what we have to offer to them. So I am working through the Through the Word app with Chris Langham. I've talked about that a lot lately. I really like it. His voice is quite amazing, but it's just kind of fun to listen to. I enjoy it. But what he has done is he has given lessons for every book in the Bible. He also has some journeys that you can take. He also has a really great overview on how to use his app. So it's a wonderful app. And I am doing journey number 2. So I'm doing the big picture. And he's walking through the big picture of the whole Bible. So I'm just walking through his 19 journeys. But I hit Proverbs 2 yesterday. So in journey number 2, it's called the big picture. And he went a little bit into Psalms. He did some 1 Samuel. He did some Genesis. He did a little bit of Ecclesiastes. And then yesterday he hit Proverbs 2. Basically, he talked a lot about Proverbs 2, 1 through 5. And it was so good that I had to put the pause on it because I needed to write it down word for word what he was saying because I wanted y'all to know what he was saying. So I started doing that yesterday, ran out of time, finished doing that this morning. So I'm going to read that to you. But then I decided to look up what Tony Evans said about it as well. And you're going to get that too because it's really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and start with reading the verses from the Bible. Then I'm going to do what Tony Evans says. And then I'm going to end with what Chris Langham says. So this is from Proverbs 2, 1 through 5, if somebody feels like typing that in. But the title of this little section is The Benefits of Wisdom. My child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures. Then you will understand what it means to fear the Lord, and you will gain knowledge of the Lord. Now, in this Bible that I have is called the Jesus-Centered Bible. And all throughout the Bible, in the Old Testament, before Jesus came, it has blue. It has the verses in blue where you could connect those to Jesus. So anyway, I thought that was pretty neat that is in blue right there. So that is Proverbs 2, 1 through 5. Now, what Tony Evans says about it, obviously, is just wonderful. So let's listen to that. Godly wisdom doesn't just fall into your lap. And that is what I titled today's Shibby Show, because it is just a succinct point to the fact that we have to seek it and practice it. It requires diligent pursuit. Finding it requires digging into God's word the way a miner digs into the ground for silver and other hidden treasure. Why hasn't God made it easy? Why not leave it on top of the ground for you to just pick it up? Because it's too valuable. People don't mind digging for gold. It's worth their efforts. If there's a vein of gold under their feet, they know their labor to unearth it will be richly rewarded. Wisdom is a treasure found in God's word. Make it your quest to dig for it, and you will discover the knowledge of God. So this is very, very true about our continued relationship and with the Lord. And we're looking for not just head knowledge, we're looking for heart knowledge and application. I believe that's each one of us are seeking that. But when I read this and I think about applying it to Shibboleth, and we hear Travis say all the time, all the issues and excuses that people come up with about not doing the lifestyle and other things. But let's look at this. Health wisdom doesn't just fall into your lap. It requires diligent pursuit. Finding it requires digging into a program the way that those successful people before you have also chosen to dig into that program. Now, honestly, Kim Danke went through the work with Sasha, and they put together the fast track. So it kind of is laying on the top of the ground for you because they did the digging and they don't want it to be hard for you. So they did fast track. But if you don't go through fast track, it's not really worth your time. But we got to dig for those things that are gold. Do you know what I call the food library? Nuggets. Golden nuggets. Because as you go through that food library, you're like, what? That could be used as this, or oh, I can switch my bread to that. That is a simple swap. You have to search for it though. And see, we all are different. We like to eat different things, do different things. And you've got to write down what it is that you need to switch out. What is the problem in your eating? Not just the habits, because we know that most of the shield, honestly, is habits. But when it comes to the food, write down the things that you need to switch out and focus on finding the one thing that you want to switch out first. Then focus on the next thing. Don't make it so hard on yourself, okay? But you have to continue the digging to find those gold nuggets. And you know what? You will unearth and you will be richly rewarded. So, find the wisdom that there is in living the Shibboleth lifestyle, okay? Make your quest to be that you are going to dig for it daily. Now, with what Chris Langham said through the Word app was this, and I'm just going to read it just because it'll be easier. But this is what I wrote, because this is my Bible journal-ish thing. So I wrote this. I am listening to the Through the Word app with Chris Langham. He is talking about Proverbs 2:1-5 and wisdom. I'm writing here what he is saying to try to understand it more, be able to bring it into my understanding and use it to help and teach others. So I wrote that down to remember why it is I wrote this in my journal. So, my son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you. Now, already I recognize that this is a different version than the Bible that I read to you this morning. But it's fun to read different versions because then they might strike you in a different way, okay? And when something is a version, it means the same thing, it just has different words. Solomon's directions, and this is written by Solomon, Solomon's directions start with listening, accepting wisdom, and storing up wise commands. Excuse me. Verse 2, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. See here the physical action required. Turn the ear. Quiet the noise. Move your attention toward wisdom. Then apply the heart. Move it toward understanding. Sounds like you can have control over these things, and you can. Finding clarity requires work from both mind and heart. I think that what clarity does for us is it empowers you. And one of the best things that I think in teaching the lifestyle to people in class is that I want them to be empowered. I want them to have longevity in the lifestyle so that when they do go to a restaurant, they don't really miss those French fries anymore. I don't miss the French fries anymore. I can just as easily order broccoli now. Now, in the beginning, I had to kind of force myself to that, and I felt like I kind of missed out on little French fries. But I did realize I can have French fries up to 6 times a month. Okay? So if you will listen and immerse yourself in this, you can learn to be your own coach. And the longer you do it, the better and easier it is, the more empowered you become. The knowledge that you gain through finding those nuggets and applying them is going to become you making yourself new mental maps, new formations. You're creating those by the work that you do. The lifestyle of Shibboleth is not hard. It is not expensive. It is the fact that it does require mind work and heart work to change. It requires denying ourselves on a day where we've already eaten everything that we should for a day. It is telling ourselves, yep, I've already eaten 1,080 calories today and I'm in weight loss and my goal weight is 135. Well, I better stop. It is that is the hard part. It's not the doing of the lifestyle or understanding of the lifestyle. It's telling ourselves no when it's time to say no. But we do tell our children that because we see the value in training them up in the right way. We just got to do it for ourselves. One of the things I said on Monday night in class was, we hit 18. What do we become? Adults, legally. We hit 21. If we really wanted to go have a drink, we could have a drink legally. And as we start to age, we're like, I'm older. I am doing this hard work. I deserve this, that, and the other. And nobody's going to tell me what to do because I am no longer a child. Guess what? Guess who has to tell you what to do? Yourself. You have to see the value in correcting yourself. And you have to let the Lord help you correct yourself. All right, I'll get off that. Then verse 3. Indeed, if you call out for insight, call out. Cry aloud. Those are action words. Calling out and crying aloud are actions for understanding. The words here are adamant. Call out. God, I don't see. Give me insight. Cry aloud. I don't get it. I need your understanding. Verse 4. If you look for it as for silver and search for it as hidden treasure, talks about how you value wisdom. This goes right along with what Tony was saying. Proverbs tells us repeatedly that wisdom is to be valued above all riches. I'm going to repeat that. Proverbs tells us repeatedly that wisdom is to be valued above all riches. Here's the thing about wisdom. Wisdom doesn't just come from head knowledge. Wisdom comes from applying. Wisdom comes from having month over month of analyzing your stats, your results, looking back at what you ate, knowing what is going to happen. That is where wisdom comes. When you get that wisdom, you can then guide and teach and help other people. But you know what you can do together with a friend who's just starting with you? Y'all can seek together. Y'all can share things together. And then as y'all do that together, you are then becoming people who can guide other people through having the wisdom. In the days of Google, we get that information is valuable, but this is more. This is insight and understanding. And this father, who Solomon was writing this, tells his son to search for it like hidden treasure, and don't give up. One of the reasons that I like teaching people who aren't necessarily my family is that sometimes your family doesn't really want to listen to what you have to say. I think it's the weirdest thing. But Jesus had it happen. Travis has had it happen. I think we've all had it happen. So what we have to do for our family is we have to be that example. The sooner you become that example for your family, the better it will be. Let them be watching you from toddler age all the way up, doing the right thing, making the right decisions. They'll do the same thing. But if you didn't know this information then when they were little, you can start being this example now. But I wouldn't start trying to force them. You can, because they don't want to listen. Now, if you just become that example, they can. But one of the reasons that I like to teach other people is because they'll listen. And I get some joy and I get some satisfaction out of helping other people that are actually listening and applying. Those folks that have come to class and listened and applied, so many of them that have come through the Kennesaw class. And I get great happiness from helping them. It just makes me want to tear up, because don't you wish that your family would listen? My family's wonderful. They're great. They're lovely. But, sometimes they roll their eyes at you just because. I don't know why that happens, but just because. All right. But start it early is my point. And be the example, not just the person who tells them what to do and doesn't do it yourself. Verse 5. And he also says this. He tells his son to first search for it like hidden treasure and don't give up. Don't give up on the Shibboleth lifestyle. Ever. Don't give up. And when you're using the language of the lifestyle, if you have not gone over your 6 holidays and weight loss, you aren't off the program. Holiday is on the program. French fries are on the program. Even a hog trough day is on the program. Now, if you go off the rails for a month, you might be off the program, okay? But let's bring ourselves back to reality quicker rather than later. Verse 5. What you get when you do all this seeking, learning, and applying, you get the fear of the Lord. Fear is respect, okay? That's the way to look at that. And you find knowledge of God. This is the true reward. Not just head knowledge, but I know personally knowledge. It's like we are going on a great expedition to find lost treasure, and what matters in the end is not necessarily what we find. It is the one taking the adventure with you. And I've heard many, many people say that this adventure of Shibboleth, this journey of Shibboleth, has improved their relationship with the Lord. Do this alongside of Him every single day and with us too. All right. Who is talking this morning? Let's see. Good morning, Colleen from Michigan, having a perfect day. Good morning. Hey, Marla. Good morning. Good morning, Kathy from Michigan, having a perfect day. Hey, Tiani from Dallas, Georgia, holiday today and tomorrow. And Tiani, she is not having to type in hashtag Shibboleth for His glory this morning because she's on live. How cool is that? Thank you, Tiani, for being here, and enjoy your holidays. Cindy, good morning. IMF Day in Virginia. Sharon, good morning from Hickson, Tennessee. Want to say perfect as much as possible, but it is my birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That is awesome. We're glad you were born. Diane, good morning from Columbus, Mississippi. Praise the Lord. We survived Intervention Island. Congratulations. She's down 16.4 pounds and 13 inches. Now I will enjoy my holiday and get right back to it. Zebra popcorn for breakfast. Now, that's funny. I love it. That's hilarious. Diane, enjoy your zebra popcorn. All right. Rhonda, good morning. IMF Day. Really enjoyed my birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Belated birthday, Rhonda. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hey, Charlene from Michigan, having a perfect day. Hey, Michelle, good morning from Irving, Texas. Glad you're on here with us. Hey, Ron, good morning from Lilburn on a perfect day. Thank you, Kathy and Colleen, for typing in the verses so people can refer back to those. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. IMF Savage Day in Clarksville, Georgia. I'm loving the Through the Word app and doing the End Times Journey. Awesome. Awesome. So you can pick the journeys to go along with maybe what you're doing in your church. And you know, when you do things along, like at home, and then you go and you do things with your church, you can help them have more insight too. It's really just wonderful to help each other out. Now, with Cheryl and doing this Savage Day, you know what that means? That she has looked forward at all of the different types of exercise challenges that are out there. They are an exercise day with a perfect day and some other things, and she knows them. See, now I haven't looked at that, and I don't know them. I don't have as much time to walk and get that Savage Day in, but if you do, look up the Savage Day. Let that be one of the options that you do in a day. See, with Shibboleth, there is never-ending variety. All within the Shibboleth shield. Some things are more restricted, some things are more doing, but they all are different days. You can never get bored in Shibboleth. That is a blessing. Travis designed this program for himself because he needed it. And you know what? Many of us are like that too. So great job, Cheryl. Have fun on your Savage Day. Sharon says godly wisdom doesn't just fall into your lap. It doesn't. You have to seek it. Wisdom is a treasure. Hey, Michelle, good morning from Michigan, having a perfect day. Missing my best friend. I am so sorry, Michelle. I am so sorry. Hey, Diane, one of my best friends went to be with Jesus last week. I understand. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know that is so hard. I'm so sorry. Hey, Charles Grant, good morning. Glad you're on here with me this morning. Hey, Dana, good morning. Perfect day in Mulvane, Kansas. Looks like she's back home. Cooking day, both inside and outside the house. Awesome. Jada, funny that you say French fries. I dreamed I ate one fry last night and had to change my day from perfect to holiday. I hadn't had a fry since August and really hadn't desired one with the butternut fries. Yeah, you can switch them out at home, and it just seems like that. Weird dream. They are funny. My husband thinks he must wish that flying was his superpower because every time he dreams, he's like flying somewhere. So that's funny. Sharon says, be the example. Charles Grant, a prophet has no honor in their own home. I know. Even if there's wonderful, sweet, and blessed people living in your home, you still just have to be the example. But there is a verse in the Bible, too, that says don't exasperate your children. So you just got to be the example. But if you can, start early. Start early. That's why I love to get, like, new moms and people that are young. Just, I mean, everybody. But you know what I'm saying with that. Get them then, because then you have influence over more people. Let's see. Oh yeah, gotcha. Oh my, Sharon, no, some want to join. Most act like they are terrified I'm going to judge them or take away their favorites. I just walk it out. And in the recent couple of months, 3 have joined me. Yeah, Dana, that's the way to do that. So I sit with a lot of people who are Shibboleth members all the time. I watch them eat the biscuits and all the pasta and all the things that come at these luncheons that we go to. I don't say a word. I know they're a Shibboleth member. I don't say a word. It's not my job. Now, at a function like that. Now, when they come to class or if they call me, I'm all about it. But if I'm at a luncheon with them, I'm not going to judge their food. But I do have people, like, when I walk by their plates, they're like hiding them and stuff. I'm like, don't hide your plate from me. Have your holiday and move on. But it is fun. Cheryl, Savage, okay, Savage is 10 miles and 300 exercise reps. I plan at least one a week to set aside to get so many miles done, and it does take time. Yes, it does take time. So, but those of you that can get that in, do that. Like Cheryl does. She makes a plan to do one a week. It's awesome. You could make a plan to go to Gibbs Gardens. Make that be a special day. Somewhere fun. Now, Cheryl lives where she can walk, which is great. Okay. Well, we're going to hop off of here, but I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I really do hope that you take today's lesson to heart, because application is the best thing that you can do. Continue to seek, continue to apply. You will get the rewards. Okay. This healthy lifestyle that we are living is a wonderful reward that comes. And it's going to be such a blessing to you. All right. If you have not journaled yet, please go ahead and journal your day. I'm going to have an intermittent fasting perfect day, even though I have a luncheon to go to at 1885, which is a restaurant in Ackworth. I'll see what they're doing. I'll take my oatmeal protein pie with me. And if I don't want to eat what they're having, or I can always make something perfect, but we'll see what happens. I'll have my prep with me. And am I really denying myself much? No. I love an oatmeal protein pie, so I'm not denying myself. Take the things you love when you go to those things so that you don't feel like you're missing out. And I was with somebody the other day who's a new Shibboleth member, and she goes, they put this on my plate without me saying, and it was like, I'm going to have to eat this because they put it there. And I'm like, no, you can leave it sitting there. You can leave it sitting there. You don't have to. Thank you for sharing, Patty Bass. Appreciate that very, very much. If you're watching on replay, please type in #Shibboleth for his glory. Y'all have a blessed day. Listen to Travis at 11. Listen to his impromptus. They're so good. And I'll see you in the morning for the Friday Shibby Show. Bye, everybody.